Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo, and they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? Especially if it's a picture which depicts someone kind of maybe doing the Nazi salute, right? Maybe that was a thing, that was a thing a couple weeks ago, where a bunch of high school kids got in trouble because they took a photo and they all had their hands up like this. At least that's what it appeared like. And a lot of people were like, "Why are all these high school kids doing the Nazi salute?" And it just blew up everywhere. A lot of people talked about it. A lot of people condemned these guys for doing that, and people asking the question, how did it happen? How did it come to be? What transpired? What were the chain of events that led to this photo being taken? And all the kids were just like, yeah, photographer asked us to wave. The photographer's like, I asked them to wave. And it just whatever it is. Who knows? It's like, act like that's what it is. But apparently, after all the hoopla, all the craziness surrounding it, apparently Wisconsin has decided the fate of the students. And, well, it says students photographed appearing to give Nazi salute is protected by free speech coming from this Wisconsin school district. So absolutely nothing is happening to them because they've ultimately done nothing wrong here. They're protected by free speech. The photo they put out there is just one that I looked at and like, oh, that looks pretty stupid. But at the same time, they all said it was a wave. He says it was a wave, that being the photographer. So what exactly is the issue here? Well, it says officials with a Wisconsin school district have admitted free speech rights would make it difficult to discipline the high school students who appeared to be delivering Nazi salutes in a photo. The controversial image that went viral earlier this month was taken last spring outside of the Sauk County Courthouse in Barberoo, Wisconsin. The image was posted on a Twitter account earlier this month, making the rounds across the internet. The image, which included about 60 boys, drew widespread condemnation because of the appearance that some students are giving a Nazi symbol. Peter Gus, the photographer who took the picture, said the image was taken out of context and was innocent as boys and girls going to prom. He told the boys to wave goodbye before heading off to prom. And that kind of seems like it's more of a thing, isn't it? I mean, to me, that feels like Occam's razor, right? It does feel like Occam's razor there. Because look at this photo here. Now, they're laughing, they're giggling, like, oh, wave goodbye. The arms are out, but it's not a rigid stance. The guy in the front with the stupid grin on his face clearly is not like, Heil Hitler. He's not sitting there going like, Heil Hitler, mom. You see him again. His expression says he's just doing a wave. All right. And think about it like this too. Okay. Just think of the optics here for a quick second. You've got 60 people. Many of them are laughing, doing something stupid grin on their face, right? Everything else. But they're also putting their hands out straight away. So it's not blocking anyone else. Now, that's a weird, some people aren't going to want to hear the justification for it, but I think it's more accurate than not. Is you're kind of going out like this, so it's not like out or out like this, so it's blocking other people. And again, just looking at it, you're like, no, this wasn't like a bunch of Hitler youth standing in a row going, Sie geil, egal, mein Leben, whatever. And it's quoting Wolfenstein. But they're not doing that. And then people out there really wanted to punish him for this because it came out during a very, very, very heavily politicized time where around every corner are apparently Nazis in the United States. I just don't believe that personally. I think that that's such a hyperbolic statement to make in this particular time. Not everyone you dislike is a Nazi. Sorry, social justice warriors. It's not how the world works. And these are high school kids. Right. And then in the aftermath of it, there was like all these accusations of racism, levied at the school, levied at the student body that's there. And I can't speak to that. I'm not sure everyone there, I mean, there could be one person in this particular group who could be, I don't know, could be a white supremacist. If you're one of the guys here, one of the dudes here could clearly be a white supremacist. Who knows? Who knows who it is? It could be anyone. It could be the guy in the white suit in the red tie. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, now the photo received condemnation from social media users and even caught the attention of the Auschwitz-Birkenau Memorial and Museum, which blasted the students and district over the image, saying at Barberoo SD wishes to know more about what it can do, what can be the extreme result of normalization of hatred. Please see some online lessons dedicated to the history of Auschwitz. But again, it's. Not everything is racist. Not everything is Nazi. Not everything is this. And I get it. I get it. I mean, obviously, they want to stamp out racism. They want to stamp out anti-Semitism, as do I. All right. But if you look at the photo, if you just look at the kids, they're not out there going like Hitler is awesome. They're literally out there just doing the stupidest pose they could think of at that point in time, which is a wave goodbye. But that's maybe, I don't know. I feel like going after them for that's kind of a stupid thing. And anyway, it goes on to say that the school district said it would investigate the incident and what led to the students making the gesture. The State Journal reported that the Barber Superintendent Lori Mueller said in a letter to parents that officials cannot know the intentions in the hearts of those involved. They also said the school district isn't in a position to punish the students because they are protected by the First Amendment. Her letter said part of the district's investigation was over. So let's be fair on this one. They obviously, they said they don't know the intentions of the hearts of the students, right? Like I said, any one of them could possibly be one, but you got people that are up there doing a Spartan salute, right? But everyone's like, oh, it's a Nazi salute. They're not doing Nazi salutes. It's just the stupidest thing. For one, it's not even photogenic. Everyone like they're doing this, it's not photogenic at all. You know what I mean? They have to be like in a row. I'm not trying to make light of it, but I mean, I feel this is one of the stupidest things, one of the stupidest controversies. They're labeling 60 kids as Nazis. Think about that. 60 high school boys are being labeled as Nazis because they took a photo where the photographer said right before prom said, hey, wave to your parents. Hey, wave to this. Hey, wave to that. Blah, 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 blah. And they're just laughing and they're having a good old time and they're just giggling about it because they're high school kids. And they take the photo, they go to prom, they have a good time. Months later, someone posted on Twitter, all of a sudden now they're all labeled racists. They're all labeled Nazis. Isn't there a problem with that? Isn't that an issue? Isn't that a big problem that a lot of people should have issue with? Is the blanket condemnation of people based upon something that they don't have the context to. So then when the adult in the room essentially comes back and says, I just told everyone to wave and like wave goodbye, like they're waving goodbye to their moms, and then keep in mind, it's just a snapshot. So we don't know what happened before or after that moment. This is a single frame, a single moment, a single memory in the history of the world. We don't know the context surrounding it. We don't know if they all yelled out, Heil Hitler before or after. We have no idea. But the school investigated it. No one, they said they can't determine the intentions in the hearts of the students who did it. And they can't punish them because of First Amendment, which it feels like it's a bit of a cop-out. Right? It feels like it's a bit of a cop-out because they're under a lot of pressure. I think what it is they don't want to come out and say that these kids did nothing wrong, but they have to say, look, we can't punish them for anything because they probably didn't do anything wrong, but we also don't know what's in their hearts. So maybe one or two of them is, and they've discovered that, but they don't know everybody. I don't think everyone is bad. It's a stupid thing. It's part of the problem with social media. Everything's a fight. Everything's condemnation. Everything is bad. And that's kind of what's happening here. And so, these boys, good or bad, I don't know. They got shamed because somebody wanted to apply that narrative. And once that narrative gets set, changing the minds of other people becomes extremely difficult to do. It really does. It becomes extremely difficult to do because people out there oftentimes don't want to think critically about the situation. They go with their gut reaction. They go with their gut response, their instant response, and they never bother to take the second to think critically. And as a result, 60 young men in Wisconsin are branded as Nazis by the whole of the left-leaning internet when all they did is a stupid picture in which they waved goodbye. I don't know the intentions in their hearts. Neither do you. Whether you agree with me or disagree with me on this one, you don't know. But we've been in this game long enough to know that the narratives people paint in order to get one up on their enemies. And that's kind of where we are here with this, I think. So stupid. It's just the world we fucking live in, guys. Anyway. What are your guys' thoughts on the subject? I am curious to know. Do you think that these guys were Nazis? Do you think that they're not Nazis? Is it somewhere in between? Is there one Nazi out of 60? Is it a game of now find the Nazi? And is it the guy in the white suit and the red tie? I'm kidding. I'm obviously joking on that one. Or am I? No, I'm kidding. I'm just making a joke. Jokes are still protected by the First Amendment, right? Anyway, leave your thoughts below. I'm curious to find them. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day and peace out.